Congratulations, Kirk. Overview, please.
I think everybody was wondering after the punch to the gut on Friday, what this team was how they were gonna respond, and I didn't have any question about how they were gonna respond. I could see it on the bus. I could see it on Saturday at our practice, and it says a lot about who they are as kids and just being resilient. And played an awesome Virginia club with, obviously I have a ton of respect for Brian, Kevin, and Drew in terms of what they do with their program. There's no secret of why they're here every single year. They're talented and well coached. So just outlasted them. And a lot of that was because of the two guys up here. So just excited that we get prolong our stay here and see if we can't make some more noise as the week goes on.
Okay, we'll open up for questions for the student athletes first. Again, identify yourself, your affiliation, and to whom you're asking the question. We'll start here with Matt.
Matt DeMarinis, White and Blue Review for Austin. A lot of length in the lineup today. But I guess one of the things that makes Connolly good is that he's able to get outs without rising pitch counts. How did you guys make him grind through innings after inning after inning today?
It was just a scouting report we went over. Coach Bruce had before the beginning of the game. It was to grind out at bats and wait till you get your pitch. And if you don't get your pitch, just foul it off. So it was just about being mentally tough and staying in the box. And that's your box when you step into the box.
Okay. Right here up front.
Charles Baggerly, TCU 360. Garrett, you seem pretty animated after big plays and strikeouts today. Do you take pride in pitching in the big moments of these types of games?
Yes, I do. I love the big moments. I've been there since freshman year, and I thrive in those. I love the anticipation and the build-up in the stadium and with our teammates. So, yes, I love
And what specifically was working for you today?
Locating my slider. I trusted it every single time, and I could land it when I wanted to, and when I could bury it, and I could.
Okay, next question. Oh, come on. Okay, you have, okay, I'm sorry.
This is for Garrett. Barry Lewis with Killer Frogs. First off, IHOP this morning?
Yes.
You came in the fifth inning. You pitched 43, had 43 pitches. I think that's the second highest for the season. Not used to seeing you come in the fifth inning. What were your thoughts at that point coming in so early?
I just wanted the baseball. I just wanted to give our team the best chance to win. And so Los thought it was the best idea to come in earlier and get it to Benny in the bullpen in the back end, so that's what I did.
A frog at IHOP, who'd thunk it? Jake.
Jake McKeever, College Baseball Central. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure in an elimination game. Austin, what was kind of the relief when you saw the leadoff double from Nunez?
It's what he's been doing all year. It's what our team's been doing. It doesn't matter who's at the top of the lineup or where we're hitting at, what inning. Somebody's going to get on base, and we're going to apply pressure from the jump. So as soon as we saw that, we knew it was go time.
Okay, you have up here.
Austin, when you were caught stealing, it seemed like you had a good jump. Can you talk me through kind of what happened at the play, during the play?
It was just a little bit of miscommunication between me and the first base coach, but it's all good now. We're on top.
Okay, Matt.
Austin, I just have a follow-up with the approach to kind of fouling pitches off until you get one you can do something with. It just seems like that's a little bit old school. People just kind of take a strike if it's not there and go to the next AB. Why do you think your team was so good about fouling off the ones that you couldn't do anything with and waiting for the ones you could?
Good thing we get 3 strikes in baseball. So, you just got to keep on going. You got to work with the umpire's zone. You can't leave it up to him. So, you got to keep fighting. So, that's what this sport is about. That's really any sport. So, you just got to keep fighting till you get yours. Just like basketball, a shooter going to keep on shooting. So, don't stop.
Okay, we've got Brandon back here.
Andrew Stem, Omaha World Herald. Garrett, when you come on and steal second base, second and third, what are you trying to do specifically to attack O'Farrell and get out of that inning?
Throw strikes.
Nothing more than that?
That's it.
Makes sense. Back here, Matt.
Matt Talready from World Baseball Network. This question's for Austin. Austin, what was just the mindset during the fourth at bat? Also, with Maxwell laying down that sacrifice bunt, that was huge to get Silva into scoring position. What's just the approach you've had all season, just to unravel that moment to get that insurance run across the board?
Pretty much when I get out of the bat, I got it written on my hat or my helmet. It says see ball, hit ball. So, I mean, just come across the middle of the plate, do some damage, and if you miss it, just move on to the next one. And then I know if I don't get the job done, then Eli behind me is going to get the job done. So.
Okay, any more questions for the student athletes? If not, congratulations, and we'll see you on Tuesday. We'll have questions here for Kirk. Good job, man. Okay, once again, we'll start here with Matt.
Matt Emerson, White and Blue Review. I'm just curious your thoughts listening to Austin talk about, I guess, the way you can chain unselfish at-bats together and create a situation where that pitcher is having to grind just to get 3 outs and back to the dugout.
How about his silky smooth voice? Mr. Monotone. His personality is not like that, but I thought, I think that's the great thing about the lineup. Like, most good teams that have good offenses, it's going to come different in different parts of the order. Oral Roberts, their 9-hole hitter, hit the home run to put him ahead. And then today Austin Davis is on base all 4 times, gets a big double. So, it's just a matter of, I thought Coach Bruce did a phenomenal job in terms of managing the game and moving things, and we still too many base running blunders. Just a little tentative in terms of on that side of things, which we haven't really been at all this year. So trying to need to get that out of our blood and play like we normally play. But I thought, just in terms of Coach Bruce managing the game and seeing how the game was being played, I thought that was obviously big to get the guy in scoring position, and then Austin come up and hit that double.
Okay, Jake.
Jake McKeever, College Baseball Central. Coach, Braden Taylor finally got that hit that's eluded him for a little bit. How has kind of y'all's interactions been in Omaha? It seems like he's kind of been pressing. Yeah,
I think, he's faced some really good, left-handed pitchers for sure, which makes it difficult. And, there's no secret in terms of scouting reports and all those types of things and where to play defenses. And I thought he's had some good at-bats and hasn't had anything to show for it. The same exact line drive that he hit, that he got his double on, Oral Roberts caught it. Same exact play, So and then he ended the game on Friday with, I thought, a really good at bat. So he's taking good at bats. Just a matter of, I don't know if he's pressing or not. I think he's just trying to help the ball club, and at this point, he hasn't helped him the way it has. He's made it look really easy the last 6 weeks in terms of how he's swinging the bat. So, I think it's just part of baseball. And the great thing about baseball is you got eight other guys around you to help pick you up, and I think that's the big thing. You'll see the same exact Braden Taylor that you've seen all in his 3 years here be ready to go on Tuesday and probably have a really, really good game.
Okay, Charles.
So Sam allowed 2 base hits to start the game and then retired 12 straight. In your perspective, what was working for him out there today?
Well, I thought that was you can't teach experience, and I think that's exactly what you saw in the first inning. First guy got a base hit, chopper over Braden. Next guy, I think, within the first 2 pitches, got a base hit to center. First and third, and all of a sudden that inning could really get away from you really fast. Facing, Geloff and being able to get him to ground out and kind of, stem the tide a little bit and be able to kind of get out of that inning with a 1, and then he kind of just settled in, and anytime that there was a fastball in order to throw, he threw an off-speed pitch. And that's kind of pitching 101 in terms of knowing who you are, not trying to do too much. And I thought he did a great job with his changeup and his curveball, and then being able to sneak the fastball by some guys when he needed to. But ultimately, it came down to just his poise and presence that he's shown really the whole year, but especially down the back stretch of this season.
Okay, Joe.
Joe Healy, D1 Baseball. How did you feel like Ben bounced back today physically? I mean, obviously results were positive, but how did you see him physically after throwing as many pitches he did a couple days ago?
Yeah, I think he threw 40 pitches or something like that on Friday, which Ben is, knock on wood, Ben's one of our most resilient arms in terms of bounce back. He actually gets better the more he throws. I think it's probably because of his arm slot. like when you throw from a really unorthodox arm slot, and I think you went one time like 8 or 9 days in between appearances, and his next appearance he wasn't very sharp because it's different. And he's a guy that I think his mentality, and I knew he wanted the ball, and we got to the point in the lineup kind of before the game had started, in terms of the 9-hole hitter, and then through the top of their order, I felt like the left-handed option was really, really good against kind of that stretch of 4 or 5 guys, and that's why he was in there and did an awesome job in terms of finishing the game.
Okay. Back here, Gary.
Coach, Logan Maxwell had a double, went 1 for 2. What was the reason for pulling him out in the bottom of the 6th?
Well, he's been dealing with hamstring issues, and at that point we were winning. We wanted to get, Luke probably covers a little bit more ground in the outfield than Logan does. His legs are more healthy than Logan's are. And so really it was kind of, hey, let's go offense first and let's go defense late. And, Luke did a really good job coming in and getting the button down. And we've kind of done that a couple different times, and it's just trying not to stress out his hamstrings because he's got about a 2-week shelf life with those hamstrings if he plays too much.
Charles.
Coach, are you rolling with a TBA guy for the next game? And
I love that guy.
And at this point, is there anyone who's not available besides Sam?
Well, Garrett, when I took him out, he wasn't happy with me, but he said after the game, I'll be ready on Tuesday. So he'll be ready.
And Cole?
Cole said he was going to be ready today. I said, well, you're not allowed to be ready, so put your shoes on, So yeah, everybody's going to be ready, which is awesome. And I mean, that's what you need. You're going to need some guys to be able to come in and throw some quality innings that haven't pitched in a little bit. Staying in the winners bracket the last couple of weeks, the Braden Sloans, the Chase Hoovers, the Hunter Hodges, some of those guys, Cohen Feeser, some of those guys haven't got a ton of reps in game. So, but their number's going to be called, and that's the great thing about postseason baseball is a lot of times somebody that maybe didn't have the biggest role throughout the season or maybe at the end of the season, we're going to need to have a really good outing from. And, every single year there's somebody that does that. So it's going to be fun to figure out who it is.
Okay, Jake.
Jake McKeever, College Baseball Central. Coach, you had Luke Savage warm up there in the 9th. How's that kind of show the resiliency of him as a player after what he went through in the opening game?
Yeah, I mean, I think what we had Henry, their second baseman coming up after, Stefan. And so, he hits quite a bit better against lefties than he does righties. So probably we're going to go to Luke. The best way to get that bad taste out of your mouth is running right back out there. And as a reliever, you have to have a short memory. And that's the type of confidence we have in Luke. It's the guy put a good swing on it. He's on scholarship too. And I wanted him to be able to know that, everybody has his back, and I was probably going to bring him in for the next guy. And just sometimes this game will test you. And the best way to do it is, and I know what's inside of his chest, and I think getting him back up and bringing him into this game if we needed to, there's no doubt in my mind he was going to get the job done.
Okay, any more questions for Kirk? If not,
Awesome.
congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
A couple days.
You bet.